Okay, so we're back. It's late August 65. Kind of looking over the situation down here in Montgomery. Grant is left with really kind of like a division and a half. And their cohesion is pretty low, but we are entrenched. Forrest is here as well. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to target Forrest with Milroy's core, and for once and for all, maybe we'll actually be able to bring Forrest to battle and defeat him. The other reason I'm doing that is I'm a little potentially nervous that they could just make a big push across the river here and get behind us, and we don't really, with most of our forces across the other river, we don't really have the forces to defend this. So to counter that, I'm going to bring 2 more divisions down from Tennessee. Unfortunately, the situation here isn't really viable anymore because of the supply situation. And so what I'm going to do is basically send them down to this railroad, and then we'll have to like reevaluate our line and railroad up, and hopefully maybe try to take Savannah here in a couple turns, or potentially cut off Savannah. We will try to destroy the railroads here and here, and we have our cavalry division moving to this line here as well. Down in South Carolina, we will move on Columbia and Camden. We don't have enough railroad capacity, so these guys will just be walking that way as well. And then what I'm going to do with our other send 2 corps down to take up a position just to the west of Petersburg. And that will basically give us a continuous line all the way from Alexandria down to Charlottesville, and then just to the west of Petersburg. We actually used all of our railroad capacity, so I'm not really able to do anything with these other divisions here. We'll see what Stuart does. If anything happens with Stuart, probably not. I suspect they'll just simply retreat. And far out west, we don't know where the Indian units went, so we're going to come back down and destroy the fort there, which is really the only other fort that's near El Paso. All right, let's run the turn and see what happens. All right, so basically we have been defeated here in Camden. Numbers were pretty close, but the battle wasn't actually that close in the end. Let me try to bring it up. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so about 2-1 losses. We had about the same amount of men that participated in the battle. They had pretty low trench effectiveness, but yeah, we did lose. Sedgwick's corps is in pretty good shape. Kearney's corps not quite as much, and we're just beyond Pope's kind of limited range, unfortunately. We did take Raleigh, and we also did take Columbia. We didn't quite get to Camden, but we're pretty close to it being there. The railroad has now been fixed here, so they're able to use it. We weren't able to cut any of the railroads. There wasn't really any other movement around here, and Forrest is just now one region to the left. So yeah, really not a great turn. Nothing too much, nothing too much to report really. Um, so it's a bit of a bummer we weren't able to do better. Um, we weren't able to do better down there. And here's Mosby. Mosby is over here. Guess that's about it. I don't think anything really happened out west. Oh yeah, we did take the fort here, so we'll be able to completely resupply. These guys now are starting to basically run into some supply issues. They only have enough supply for about 2.5 more turns, so I think we probably, I think actually we will probably need to try to attack next turn and see what happens. Yeah, these guys can also get there, although it's probably barely. Yeah, that's about it. September, October, November. So we only have about 4 months left, so not a whole lot of time. And let's see what we can do. Hopefully, oh wow, is it muddy now? Yeah, so the mud has appeared. Fortunately, these guys are almost have almost arrived, but French's Corps not so much. So we might need to try to send up a supply wagon to see if they're able to bring in some supply. We actually blew the depot here in Tallahassee because I thought Forrest could potentially attack it. So we don't have a huge amount of supply over here. We do have a little bit of supply in Jacksonville, though. Montgomery has a little bit of supply, and Selma has a little bit too. So not a huge amount of supply over here. All right, so let's look at the morale. They're back up to 102. 79 and 13 are the victory point differences, so that might have grown just a little bit, but not a huge amount. Not a huge amount anymore. Okay, that's about it. I'll see you next time.